We live in a world obsessed with becoming someone. It's been a long time since I posted a video, almost 11 months, and I just wanted to get back because life has been super busy and it's caught up. But I felt like this message was really important for whoever's listening or nobody who's listening. If I'm listening to this again, I wanted to talk about being nobody. Somebody with money, somebody with status, someone with influence, someone who can point at their life with a trophy and say that I made it. But let me tell you a deeper truth. No matter how much you achieve, no matter how many houses you buy, how many millions you earn, no matter how many people applaud your success, in the end, you are nobody. And this is coming from a girl who was 14 years old a long time ago, who grinded her ass day and night to make a bit of money just to feel slightly relevant, who stayed in and out in even in the weekends, never really made any friends, never put any effort to go to any parties, never had a social circle at 16 when everybody else was going out. I was sitting in my small little room, working hard, making money. And now, in my early 20s, I, in the ego way, don't feel connected to anybody because I've achieved what others cannot. And it's not an insult to be nobody. I wanted to talk about how it's actually a liberation. Society tells you to build an ego, to collect achievements like an armor, to stand tall and say, I matter, listen to me. But there is some whispering that I hear dark in everybody's mind that the louder a man declares himself, the more fragile he truly can be. I want to say that strip away the applause, the labels, the identity, the meaning of who you are. You are left just staring into a void of yourself, realizing there is no grand protagonist in this world. There is no chosen one. There is no I made it. The whole world consists of different souls, different personalities. It's just you, an ordinary man pretending to be extraordinary. And once you accept that, you will stop performing. You will stop proving. Because everything everybody does is craving validation. You will crave validation by getting into relationships. You will crave validation by trying to succeed. You will crave validation by going to a job and getting that promotion. You will crave validation by your ex-girlfriends. You will crave validation by your boyfriends. You will crave everything. But when you become nobody, you suddenly become free. And that's not a loser thing to think about. That's not something as giving up. I'm not talking about giving up your soul or who you really are. I'm talking about that when nobody really knows you, then you understand that nobody really can define you. Nothing can break you when you accept that you cannot be judged by societal constraints. No rejection can humble you, no failure can define you, no loss can ever steal the identity of who you are if you just become nobody. You don't cling to people because you know that in the end, change is the only constant. You don't worship opportunities because you know that opportunities change. You don't collapse when you don't get what you want because you accepted that life owes you nothing. Being a nobody, ironically, gives everything to the man who stops demanding it. Today, I want to talk about this entire concept because sometimes, even if you achieve everything, you're still nobody. Everybody's going to die in a grave. Everybody's going to pass one day. And what is all this self inflicted pain that everybody keeps doing all the time? I am tired of living this way. When I was 14, I self inflicted pain so much on myself to be somebody, somebody with status, somebody with money. But even then, you're nobody. Nothing truly belongs to you. Even then, the universe will remain indifferent forever. And that indifference is not cruel, please understand. It is honest. The reality of being indifferent in your life is being honest. The only constant price you will pay in this life is not ambition. It's not love. It's not success. It's not heartbreak. The only constant price you pay is change. Change is the only constant. Please understand that in life, nothing will last forever. Your success, your money, your bills, your achievements, the trophy you hold in your hand saying, I'm better than everybody else. No, you're nobody. And you should say that. That I'm nobody and I'm okay with that. Not because anybody gave up, but because you woke up. You understood that you don't want to be the main character in a story written by societal constraints. I'm not saying don't go out and get there. I'm not saying don't be a go getter. But I'm saying don't hold yourself to the constraints that make you fall through every single point in your life. Stop trying to be the main character in something that you're not even a main character of. You are just a player in this entire universe. You are just another human being. Be the man or the woman who owns nothing, who expects nothing, who fears nothing, who doesn't need to be someone to feel alive. The beauty of being nobody is to understand that you are unstoppable, not in the eyes of the world, but in the mastery of yourself. Because life's gonna be really hard. Life's gonna give you so many lemons, and sometimes you're not gonna make lemonade. Sometimes you're gonna make a really disgusting, untasty, salty, bitter drink. And you're not going to like that because, well, you got the lemons, didn't you? But maybe you were not able to trend them properly. Maybe you dropped a bit too much sugar into it and it's too sweet. Maybe you put in a bit too much salt. And that's okay. The whole point of life is to understand and accept change. I do not understand when society creates such rigid rules on us to be this type of person, to live in a rule book that demands perfection out of you, because you are not perfect. I do not care if you're a billionaire or a millionaire. I do not care if you're somebody achieved like somebody like me in my 20s. I mean, I achieved anything a dream 20-year-old would want to be. I'm a tattoo artist. I tutor on the side. I earn so much money. I've bought the best materialistic products ever. I support my mom in her salary. I'm one of the people that people really want to become in their 20s, in their early 20s, let's say. But at the end of the day, even after achieving everything, being nobody is who you really are. Do not let these things define you, because the moment you allow these things to define you, you get constrained. You get jailed in that understanding that, oh, I have to be somebody, and then you keep punishing yourself for it. That, why am I not this way? Why am I not that way? Why didn't I achieve this? Why didn't I do that? Why is he not with me? Why is she not with me? Why am I not getting this today? Because you realize that you're confining yourself into these constraints of society that's telling you that this is exactly who you need to be. But no, you don't have to be anything. Just be nobody. Allow things to change. The moment you allow things to change, the moment you don't have to control things that don't control you. It is not stupidity. It is liberation. It is not just something to tell you that, oh, just give up. No, it is showing you that you don't even need to give up. There is no such word as giving up. It is just you experiencing life. Stop being so hard on yourself. Understand that you are a nobody. And when in life we realize that nothingness is the only ness in this world, then you realize that nothing is actually the only thing that will get you to where you want to be in your life. Understand that things will change, people will leave, opportunities will go, jobs will leave, and it's really, really normal. Please understand that being nobody is the day you will let yourself go, is the day you will stop giving yourself so much pain for not being an idealized version of what society displays, right? Because those people are just living in tiniest bit of constraints every day. You will see that they're the most unhappy people in their lives. They don't have relationships. They're not happy in that way. They're struggling in their own ways, and that's okay. This is not to say anything bad about them. It's just reality. People will struggle no matter at one point in your life. So please understand that being nobody is exactly who you need to be. You don't have to be someone. You just have to be nobody.